say, fake it till you make it. What happens if you don't make it?
You're in a better position to respond to that.
Did he fake it till he made it? Is he still faking it, or has he actually made it? This video delves into the background of Papa Jones, sometimes known as Baba Yao, a reference to his great musical talent, the man who has become the symbol of Kenyan hip-hop, and we're going to try to answer all the questions you have about him. From being a street rapper, to owning his own record company, to playing international events and bursting onto the collaborations no one saw coming. Join us as we look at how Khaligraph Jones made it to where he is today. Khaligraph Jones grew up in the neighborhood of Kayole, which is to the north of Soweto and to the southwest of Njiru in Nairobi, Kenya. He's the fourth born of 6 children, and his mother named him after the late Kenyan politician Dr. Robert Ouko, who was assassinated in 1990. The rapper grew up in poverty, but the hardships he encountered in Kayole made him fall in love with hip-hop and eventually turned him into the superstar he is today. Despite the gangster look he pulls off, he was always a shy boy who got his heart broken by a girl at a young age after she told him that she didn't like his vibe. He believed it was because he had a, in his words not mine, a big head, and just didn't have the looks. Low self-esteem would then affect him for years to come, and probably explains why he started hitting the gym, working on his image, and he still does to date.
Me, naturally, before even music, I was a person who was very shy.
He started rapping when he was only in class 5. By the time he was a teenager, he had written songs and developed a rap style that drew heavily on his personal experiences, growing up in a low-income neighborhood and witnessing crime firsthand. Khaligraph learned to rap by mimicking his older brother, but he quickly started coming up with his own material. He was simply known as Brayo back then. In 2003, when he was only in class 7 at Imara Primary School in Kayole, Khaligraph made his first record. It was a gospel rap song that was recorded at a studio in Komarok. He also did a song with gospel artist Hope Kid by his side. In fact, the two got along so well that they even formed a rap group together. As he got older, Khaligraph stopped identifying with gospel music. He just didn't feel like it was his path. It was Mwafrika's radio show that introduced him to the world of underground hip-hop. It encouraged him to explore new genres of music. And as he immersed himself in the culture, he began freestyle rapping, a path that would eventually lead to his success in the Nairobi underground rap scene. He started getting recognized after finding his way into Words and Pictures, or WAPI. Which is a platform for freestyle rap and hip-hop culture funded by the British Council, which used to offer upcoming artists a chance to perform and battle. He would regularly destroy other rappers in battles. Among those who were regulars at WAPI was Octopizzo, who later even had a much publicized beef with Khaligraph, but more on that later. Khaligraph would catch his big break when he took part in the Channel O MC Africa Freestyle Competition, which was a continental competition in 2009. He beat out several talented participants and impressed the judges, who included Abbas Kubaf and other Kenyan legends. Sadly, despite defeating Point Blank Ivumbi in the finals, he was unable to represent Kenya because he lacked the necessary documentation to travel to South Africa. This devastated him. He narrated how he was the big star that evening but still ended up going home by foot in the middle of the night, kilometers away, and risking muggings in the streets of Nairobi because he had no transport money. In 2008, at the WAPI Freestyle and Fight Rap event, Octopizzo and Khaligraph first crossed paths. Although neither Octopizzo nor Khaligraph were well known on a national scale, the former was one of the hottest rappers in the underground rap scene in Nairobi, and the latter was beginning to make waves. Khaligraph claims that they first met during a battle rap round, where he went against Octopizzo in one of the elimination rounds. Octo was the clear favorite and everyone cheered for him. Khali started the battle, and with his lightning-fast lyrical flows and disses, surprised and excited the crowd. Octo tried making a comeback in the second round, but Khali's performance was so good that the fans started booing Octo halfway through his performance. Filled with rage, Octopizzo cut short his performance and jumped at the crowd, wanting to beat up one of the booing fans. A scuffle ensued, and by the time everything was getting back to normal, Khaligraph was a clear winner. From that time, there has always been a love-hate relationship between the two. In 2010, he recorded his first song as Khaligraph Jones in a studio in Umoja. It was known as Takeover. He had discovered he had a distinct gift at this point and was more driven than ever to make it as an artist. He used the song as a demo while attempting to record other tracks. He recorded 7 tracks at various studios and published The Takeover, his first mixtape. At Wapi, he would sell the mixtape on CD. Khaligraph was hungry, and he recorded at least 6 more mixtapes in a row. He also uploaded his music on SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. Mainstream media hesitated to play his music, claiming that Kenyans would not listen to such kind of music. This was mainly because of the distinct accent he used, which was unlike any other Kenyan accent. It sounded more American than Kenyan.
It's not every day you see a person coming from Kayole and speaking like this.
As he became more popular, some of his songs began to be played on an underground hip-hop show on Homeboy's Radio. He began freestyling on Homeboy's Radio, Capital FM's Hits Not Homework, and Ghetto Radio on an occasional basis. However, he continued to struggle to break into the public, which he attributes in part to his lack of support from DJ Pinye, who oversaw NTV's music programming on The Beat and was also managing Khaligraph's rival Octopizzo at the time. And before the rise of YouTube in Kenya, The Beat was the most influential music video discovery platform. So it was really difficult for Khaligraph to get popular without that support.
Because the beats, you know this beat's hot.
Khaligraph received much needed exposure when he was included on a cypher by Kula Gang. It was released shortly after Camp Mula and Octopizzo launched their own cypher. On the Kula Gang cypher, Khaligraph took a lot of shots at Camp Mula and their 254 flow cypher and sound, saying he kept it on 1000. Khaligraph's verse on the cypher went viral and he started attracting more media attention. Khaligraph's career started taking off from here. He and Oxide collaborated on Mavichwa 2. It was Khaligraph's first music video. According to Khaligraph, DJ Pinye refused to play the video on The Beat, something Khaligraph was personally eyeing to elevate his career. Noticing that the quality of his previous video with Oxide may have been an issue, he recorded a new solo track every day and a pretty good quality video for it in the hopes of getting it played on The Beat. He was denied once more, something Khaligraph would call him out on years later. His mother encouraged him to continue, telling him that no one would stop him when the time came. All this time, he was doing security bouncer gigs at nightclubs, which helped him pay his bills. His following video, a collaboration with IT in 2012, received TV airing, helping to raise his profile.
I invested a lot in this rap, so despite all the hate, they can never hold me back.
Khaligraph met Christoph on Facebook around this time after discovering his music. They began working together after Christoph added a hook and a verse to Khaligraph's unfinished We Be Happening tune. It became a hit, and Khaligraph gained significant traction in the industry. This was also the start of the Khaligraph-Christoph era, as they would cooperate on several more songs. STL liked their song We Be Happening so much that she asked Christoph and Khaligraph to hop into a remix for her hit Biashara. Needless to say, the Biashara remix was an even bigger hit and took Khaligraph to new heights.
And yeah, I told you I was thinking Kenyan music international. Niko na M-Pesa cooperative, niko na equity. Pesa ni mingi nimevisha so many na publicity. Pampaka maskara kwa shingo jaza shambala kukando bado nkudara.
From there, Khaligraph would concentrate more on his solo career as he and Christoph grew apart. Khali claims that this is due to Christoph being a more commercial pop musician who surpassed him with Dandia. Khaligraph stayed true to his hip-hop roots, collecting more singles and becoming a superstar in his own right. Khaligraph Jones used his work to tell stories about his life and to inspire his viewers to overcome adversity. A unique Kenyan favorite is the song Rewind, which he did with Sauti Sol and in which they discuss the difficult obstacles that preceded their accomplishments and life before stardom. He has created popular tunes that are played all over clubs. In honor of his achievements, He was named Kenya's music ambassador in 2014. He has also founded the Kali Cartel, which allows him to mentor and help new rappers seeking to break into the scene. This has shown to be quite helpful in bringing new stars to the forefront. Throughout his career, he has played on several stages. He has appeared on the Coke Studio Show and collaborated with several local and international Kenyan artists and DJs, including Christoph, Ecstatic, DJ Creme de la Creme, Masauti, Nyashinsky, Sarkodie, Dax, just to name a few. With all this success, also came a lot of money. Khaligraph's net worth is estimated to be over 100 million Kenyan shillings as a result of his music and company sales. He has promoted the international ballet, which has increased his revenue. He has a flashy car collection, which he flaunts online and in his music videos, and he lives in a beautiful house in Nairobi with his family. Khaligraph Jones also makes money from streaming and endorsement deals. He's the owner of the Blue Ink Studio and record label. And as we mentioned earlier, he also co-founded the Ordinary Challenge, a multi-million shilling competition for Kenyan rappers to exhibit and earn big from their talents. I don't know about you, but I believe Khaligraph Jones is the most hardworking rapper in Kenya right now. Do you agree? Let me know down below on the comment section, and maybe a sub for more of such content.